Everyone, welcome back to Advanced Dungeons& and Dragons 2nd Edition with Marteon.
Marteon, evil paladin.
I'm your host, Ross, or McDowall. Thomas is playing the wonderful evil paladin.
Hello.
So tell us what
Hello.
happened last time, Marteon, and where are you?
Oh, loads of things happen.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
actually,
shit, loads of things happen.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
you go on and I will get something.
Okay. Well, last time, well, okay, beginning of last session, like I just got off the barge, and so I hunted some deer in the woods. That went well, and then I spent an hour fighting a bush, but it was a magical evil bush, and I wasted all my arrows, and I nearly died, but I killed it, and I got some loot from it, and then some satyrs came out of nowhere, and I ended up spending 4 months. 4 months living with a dryad. No, 6 months. Was it 6 months?
I think it was
Months.
6 weeks. It was 6 weeks.
Six. No, it was longer than that. It was
No,
a
I
few
think it
months.
was.
I swear.
I think it was 6 weeks, wasn't it? Well, maybe.
It was. It was a period of time.
Yeah, it's quite long.
No, I
Over a
could. No,
month.
it was spring by the. Yeah, it was like late. Anyway, doesn't matter. So anyway, I ended up being this sex slave to a dryad for a bit, which goes against entirely Mine's character. I mean, great, fantastic fun, but at the same time, highly disagree with it. Oh, I can't believe it. But anyway, I managed to finally escape our clutches, and I finally make it to Valois, where I meet up after some being very sneaky haggling. I meet finally with a priest of Asmodeus, Napoleus is his name, and he's a well-to-do fellow in Valois. And basically, we met up, and it's great that I'm one of the first dark paladins of Asmodeus he's come across, and so he's given me a mission, as any priest should, to his paladin of his god, to go into the wildlands and cause havoc and mayhem, and well, basically work with our allies who are so far causing havoc and mayhem there, to further our cause. So if we can bring Valois to its knees, we can turn it to Asmodeus.
And what I showed you guys at home, thank you Thomas for that recap, I showed was Thomas's drawing of his character in his current outfit and his scale mail. It's quite, as you can see, his token there, and I showed you the PNG.
Pretty badass. I'm not sure about the red cloak, but it's alright. But I can imagine the helm might have been a gift from Napoleon as well, because it looks so cool and badass.
You can have a red cloak if you want. So you've finished praying to Asmodeus and thanking him for delivering you here, and
We just sacrificed a child.
Yep, you just had a human sacrifice, and that spawned a demon goat in our other kid. No, not really. And Napoleus raises you to your feet, and he says, "Come, look." Hold on, I wanted a French accent. No, I'm not gonna. Sacre
Yes, you
bleu,
are.
sacre bleu, bonjour, mon ami.
Come, look at this.
I feel like you should do the voices. No. So he takes you through to he goes so this is you're in the temple. There's pillars, the stone. There's the pews.
There's an altar.
The altar and the big statue of Asmodeus at the far end.
Yeah. I've also kept my promise to Asmodeus, and I gave him the gold and the gems I had left. Right. So I've got very little wealth left.
That's right. And he takes you into and he says, now I will show you some of the things, and he says, I appreciate your color coding on your scale mail. It's very fits.
It helps me blend into the dark.
Yeah.
And states my intentions. As any true paladin, I will be honest with my foes.
And as he unlocks the door and he leads you in, he says, perhaps one day you could aspire to this. And inside the room, it's like an armory, equipment-y room, and there's a mannequin horse and a mannequin rider, and it's wearing like proper, gorgeous-looking, high-quality, maybe even magical,
wow,
armor, and it looks like what you would aspire to be to. And he's like, perhaps one day, you and your steed granted by Asmodeus will be able to.
I bow to the stand and I make the symbol of Asmodeus. So I just do. I bow. I'm not sure what the symbol of Asmodeus is. Maybe it's
that works for me. That's good. Whatever. Yeah.
And I say, what great paladin, what great servant of the demon lord, the devil lord, this belong to?
Fuck, Thomas. This belonged to Rostan.
Rostan
Rostan the Unholy.
Ooh.
He is the reason we have such a powerful position in this town. there used to be an angel around here.
Oh
And
wow.
he slew the angel and lost his life in that battle. Um, it was
Jeez.
so long. It was it was a hell of a battle. Yes, the
Mm.
touch of the angel burned him away, and he was delivered to Asmodeus. So he
So this is
sacrificed
quite
his
an
life for him. Yeah,
this is quite an important relic then of Asmodeus' religion. Wow. Well, I'm
yeah,
very impressed by it, and I mutter prayers to Asmodeus, saying that hopefully one day in his service I'll be powerful enough and worthy enough to bear such armor, and cause further destruction and mayhem and slaughter in it.
it's something to aspire to, certainly. May you.
Mhm.
I hope myself that you will be worthy as well. We could
Mhm.
we could only pray for another Rostan. And he leads you
See.
back through, and locks the door behind him again. And he begins discussing your mission. And what he wants is for you. There is an orc village out in the wildlands,
Oh.
and they have
Mhm.
been a little uppity about obeying Asmodeus. And what he wants you to do is go there and fight the chief, the orc chief, on one-on-one combat. At which point, the orcs will, be right. Okay, you win. We're listening to you now.
Basically, the sort of thing like your god is stronger than our god. We'll follow your god.
Yeah, exactly. And you will lead the band of orcs from that point on. And he says it's a dangerous journey into the wildlands, and you can
Mm.
you can buy a boat, take over a boat. I don't run through the forest ride. I don't really care how you get there. I would, as long as you do get there. That is dangerous, and I have
Mm.
these. Can you read?
Yes, I can.
And
But also, I remind the DM that last session we promised I might be able to get a horse.
yeah. Okay. Well, yeah.
That was it.
Wait, no, that was
Yeah.
level. No, we're talking about what you could do when
No.
you got your.
Yeah, no, I summoned a special horse, but you
Yeah.
were saying as well that Napoleon said he might be able to give me a horse.
Oh, okay. Well, I forgot about that apparently. But sure, he'll.
If that's not the case, that's fine.
No, he'll give you a horse if you want to go by land. But he says like you could go by boat or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
And he says he hands you 4 dossiers, and he says a companion is in order for you, my friend. We cannot send you out there alone. And
Very wise.
the 4 dossiers, and he says, but you may for now choose only one. These people can be difficult to work with together. It's only someone as charismatic as you I trust to be able to lead these people. But I'll wait a little before granting you another.
Okay. I start flicking through them and I say, Napoleus, or great and mighty priest of Asmodeus, are these not true servants of the Devil Lord himself?
No, they are not. They are. And okay, so I made 4 characters, Tom. This is where I spent all my work for this. 2 of them, I'll just summarize it because I didn't think you would be able to read, so you get like all the information about them. I forgot. I didn't bother checking.
Well, you can send me the information of the one I choose, basically.
Yeah, well, I wrote the most about a fighter and our fallen ranger. Okay, so the fighter is a gambler, who. Oh no, I wrote his back. He quite literally, he got in debt. It's a very classical story. He got in debt. He sold his soul to the devil. And his cost of this of getting rid of his debt is to when Asmodeus calls, he will come and he will follow. But this guy works as he works as a hired guard, hired thug. He's quite a large, burly man. He'd be on the front lines up with you.
Okay, so he's enslaved to Asmodeus, even better. One I can easily bend to my will and bend to the will of the Dark Lord.
For sure.
I think to myself.
He's actually a small guy. I said he was large, but he's actually one of those small guys who's like, fuck you, I'm not small, I'm gonna... Those kind of guys.
Fuck you, you swear to go like me. I'll fucking shank you.
Exactly like that. And then we have... And at this point, he says, and then we have a fallen ranger, and he leads you, out of the room of the temple, and there's a room, there's some doors alongside this corridor, and it's always all underground, and he opens a door, and inside you see there's a man, an elf, and a hawk inside this room, a falcon technically, and they're just the guy's just meditating, and the hawk is like balanced on his his arm. But he looks, his eyes are sunken in his face, and he doesn't look like he's had a good time of it of late.
Okay.
And as you're reading the dossier, you see this guy fell in love with a dryad, and he's very ugly, by the way.
Oh.
This guy fell in love with a dryad, and with love had blinded him, and he prayed, to the god, to Asmodeus, to convince this dryad to, be with him. But he was not a charming man, and he's not a good-looking man, and the dryad didn't want anything to do with him. To solve this, Asmodeus sent a fire elemental who burned the dryad's eyes and ears. As Asmodeus is wont to do, he doesn't exactly follow your normal plans, but
Yeah.
So it worked for a time. The ranger and the dryad were together, but the ranger was not. He's not good with people, and eventually, I won't get into all the details of his character sheet. She committed suicide because she wasn't having a good time with it, and
so this is another fellow enslaved to Asmodeus.
Yep. And then the thief. The last, and you're reading through the dossiers as you're doing this, and he's asking answering any questions you have. And the thief is in it for money. He's the least. He says he's the least likely who'll sacrifice your life. That the two good persons, they will. They have been commanded by Moses. If you tell them to, I mean, they're not wholly subservient to you, but they're going to fight for you to escape. They will do that. And the last person is an evil wizard, and he is a rotten chap after my own heart, I have to say, but very chaotic. He's your classic torture small rodents kind of guy.
So maybe does he serve one of the other Dark Lords of the Nine Hells?
He is not subscribed. He's not subscribed to any particular one, though he dabbles in.
Just a madman then. Just a madman.
A madman who could in this situation benefit us. But yeah, the only ones I would out of a game I'm gonna suggest you go with the ranger because that's the one I wrote all about, or the fighter. But you can choose everyone. I could write them.
All right. Well, also, I'm gonna say no to the.
Also, this is up to you, how you want to do this. Do you want to roleplay these guys yourself? Which is fine. You can do that. And I just thought of this earlier. Bring in someone else to roleplay them, which you don't have to do. I just thought that. And thirdly, I'll roleplay them.
Well, fairness, I think I have the second or third option. Like, I'm quite happy just to look after Marteon.
Yep.
We could bring in another person if you want to.
I mean, I literally just thought of that earlier, and I was like, you know what, that's a good idea.
It's not a terrible idea. I mean, I think for this session, if you just want to roleplay, you can roleplay whoever. But basically, when I say roleplay, like you roll the dice, so on and so forth. But I would maybe make more of some of the decisions.
Yeah, well, it's because this character is basically that's why I'm saying you should roleplay them, because like you might as well just take over the character because basically you're going to be deciding what he does in battle and stuff instead of me.
But you would make the rolls though, for example.
Well, if you want, I don't know. I mean, you can make.
No. Like on Dicing with Death, how like the dwarf fellow had a companion for a bit.
Yeah, but then he wasn't really in control of him. That was Neil controlling him. Which is in this case you're having much more power over this character. He's following.
I would say no. I would think less power. I think I can maybe I think if we roleplay, I may be able to command him and suggest he follows my way and bring him up to Asmodeus. But I think if that's a bit of a challenge, that'd be very interesting.
Okay, sure. No, that's fine.
I would say.
So okay,
just an understanding. So basically we're on the same mission. Me and whoever I choose, we're on the same mission. We're doing the same thing, but of course they can have their own thoughts on it.
Yeah.
And whether or not I'm actually able to persuade them to follow my idea.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay. So my idea was that you would roleplay that. But you would roleplay that. You'd roleplay the conflict between your two characters.
But I think it'd be good as well, for you to roleplay that with me.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you play the other character, because chatting with myself after a while would get a bit confusing.
That's what the DM does a lot of the time. But yeah, okay, sure, that's fine.
Okay, so there's four of them. The evil wizard, I'm going to scrap. I'm going to say no.
Okay.
The fighter, he seems no. I think I'm there to squash heads. That's my job. That's what I do for Asmodeus.
What's your strength?
He's probably stronger than me. I'm not going to lie. My strength is 14.
Oh! By the way, I forgot to tell you the races. The thief is a halfling. The fighter is a human. The ranger is the elf, and the wizard is a gnome. He's like a fucked up mini crazy psychopath.
Okay. I think I'm going to go with the Ranger.
Yeah.
Not because you suggested, but I think he's a really good balance to me. Perfectly. Oh no, yeah, I think Ranger would be the best idea, especially going into the Wildlands.
Okay, so you don't want his character sheet then, if you don't want to roleplay him.
I'll have his character sheet just to look over, so I know, like, I have good understanding of who he is. But like,
Yeah.
so I know who he is. I know about him and like his strengths and weaknesses. But I think it'd be good if you roleplay him in like regards to conversation and so on and so forth.
He doesn't have a name. Name him for me. I didn't name any of them because I
He's
wanted
nameless.
you to do it. Yeah.
Okay. Oh gosh, a good name for a ranger, a fallen ranger.
Elf as
We'll
well.
call him Elf. Yeah. Varen. Varen. I'll spell it in chat.
Character sheets.
Varen. Varen.
Ranger Thomas. There you go. Sent it.
There you go. Let's have a butchers.
Okay. Yeah, I had a lot of fun making these characters. And he has hate for. I mean, we can talk about his characters. So, his hated enemy is a bugbear, and he's used to being in a forest, and he has a pet falcon, which is kind of his last remaining. He's really inward looking these days. Like his falcon's like his only thing that he looks, and he's very depressed and untalkative and stuff like that.
Okay, so he's been forced into enslavement by Asmodeus for his failings and he made a mistake and he's really regretful about it. He's quite torn up inside and he doesn't know what to do.
Oh, you should name his falcon as well.
Oh, falcon will be called. What was the name of the dryad? Oh, they'll have to say it. He'll name. Oh, Jesus. Is it a girl falcon or a boy falcon?
I didn't write it down.
It's going to be a girl falcon.
Okay.
And it should be named Quel'Daneth. Quel'Daneth, which was the name of the dryad.
Okay. So you need okay. So you had
he renamed the falcon.
Okay, sure.
That's how crazy he's gone. Like he's forgotten the falcon's own name.
That's Quel'Daneth. Okay, that works.
Let's look at this ranger. Wow. Longbow, sword, arrows.
He rode really well.
He likes the forest. So actually, he's going to the forest.
15s he had. It was awesome.
Yeah, he's a bit of a beast, really.
But really ugly, and that's why the dryad, and really bad people person as well.
Yeah, well, I'll be able to sort that. I'll do the talking of the party. Yeah, he seems like a cool dude. Trail marking, camouflage, healing, hunting. Shit, he's got loads of proficiencies. Bugger me. All right, cool. It's all right then. So,
okay.
I say to Napoleus, leave me to speak to Varen for a few moments.
Okay, he says good luck.
Okay, and I enter the room with Varen in it, and I close the door behind me. Does Varen say or do anything?
No, he's still meditating.
Cool. Is it like is there a table in there or another chair for me?
Yeah, there's a bed. This is like a room for any priests to crash in when they've got to hide for whatever reason, or just don't have a room.
I slam the butt of my maul on the ground. I'll say, Ranger!
Okay, as soon as you do this, he his smooth elf form unfolds and he rises up and his hands at his sword and he's bringing it out as you bang the maul.
I smile and I say,
open and lock on you, and his falcon's like ready. He's suddenly gone from sitting on the floor meditating to up in a battle stance in a very gorgeous looking movement.
I smile and chuckle to myself, saying, "Good, we will fight well today. We will fight well in Asmodeus' name. You're a man. You're an elf with quick reflexes." And I basically hold out the scroll that has his information. The priest has told me about you, and how you have been bounded, enslaved to Asmodeus. Unlike you, I chose the route I walk upon. I chose to follow the Devil Lord. I will bring you to my ways, have no doubt, and you will thank me for it one day. Until then, we have business in the Northern Wildlands. You will serve me, correct?
He nods, and he's he's looking unhappy, and he says, "For as long as I have to, till this cursed bond is lifted from me." Bond with Asmodeus, he means, by the way. What's not vow? Cursed vow is gone from me.
Do not worry.
Oh, Tom die.
Varen, then you'll be waiting for a very, very long time. Hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
it's fine, you're back.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, mon ami, c'est pas?
Varen, you'll be waiting for a very long time if you're waiting for that vow to finish. Asmodeus does not let go of his trinkets. No, we will serve well together, and I will show you his ways and his light, as is expected of me. You know he's not a cruel god. Yes, he's evil, but he's evil within the limits of law and reason. You've made a debt to him, one that is very hard, if not impossible, to pay off.
I do this because I have to. I will not like it.
You will grow to like it. Trust me. I speak from experience.
Now,
we will head off tomorrow. Can I make a charisma check to see if he likes me?
Yeah. He's not gonna like you though.
Or to see how well I come across.
No, he still doesn't like. Yeah, he's not gonna like it. Maybe in a natural 20, suddenly he's a default.
That's fine. Well, no, it's not that he likes me. Whether or not I'm actually coming across quite well. Like what I'm saying makes sense to him.
Yeah, I mean,
I would say then, Varen, you.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you speak with your usual eloquence and smile in the right places and stuff, but you know.
Yeah. I say, Varen, it does not matter at the moment whether or not you agree with what we're doing, as long as you do as you listen to me clearly. We've been set upon a mission, and this is part of your bond. We will discuss how we will see how the land lies afterwards. Now, is this your noble bird here? I see. Does the bird react to me?
The bird just like following his, movements and if he's in a defensive stance, the bird's in a defensive stance, etc. It seems like quite closely intimate with them, and he says, "This is Quail Deneth. You shall not speak to her, but she is the noblest of hunting birds, of what they called birds of prey.
Okay.
And you shall not touch her with your foul magic." She assumes you're evil magic.
Let me listen.
Oh,
yeah.
Your camera.
I smart say, well, shit. Hello.
I can still hear you, but your camera's just
Camera's
gone.
on.
Yeah.
Let me just refresh. This is the problem with Roll20. Like the cameras can get a bit funny. I'm just refreshing.
I never had this. Good thing we're on Skype
imagine...
for voices, huh?
Yeah. Okay. What I say? I say. Well, Quaildeneth will not come to any harm under me. Of course not. Why would I injure or wound such a noble creature? However, Varen, if you do not serve me correctly, if you do not serve the Dark Lord to the highest of your abilities, well, then I will have to punish you. And by the looks of it, Quaildeneth is a fantastic little pressure point for you. So I believe I said my piece. You will serve me well, and you will serve Asmodeus well. We will do this as required, and then afterwards we can look at it further. Disobey me, and I will punish you, and I will punish your bird more harshly. Are we clear?
Yes, and he spits on the floor, and he says, "You're foul, foul order."
Oh, trust me, I've heard much worse from better people. Good day, Varen. We will travel tomorrow.
He doesn't say good day back.
And rude as well.
He just sits back. Yeah, he's 5 charisma. He's not a people person.
That's fine. Okay, well I closed the door behind me.
Yeah.
And I go see Napoleus.
Napoleus was waiting outside the door, and he's smiling at it, and he says, "You're intelligent paladin, I have to say. It's a smart move to go for his pressure point there. Go for his bird."
Well, it was written down. I wrote it the scroll. So yes, he will serve me well. You best do. Anyway, Priest Napoleus, Brother Napoleus, I will rest for the rest of the day if that is possible, unless you have anything else required of me, and I will ride off tomorrow. If you can provide horses or something for me, myself, and Varen, this will make our journey all the more swifter.
You wish to go overland? Not by boat. It's quite a journey.
Is it quicker by boat? Will it be quicker by boat?
Definitely quicker by boat, but you'll have to acquire one. I cannot. Unfortunately, the docks are out of my reach at this current juncture.
Well, then maybe we'll have to travel this evening then, not wait for dawnbreak tomorrow.
Before you
Very
go,
well.
Before you go, you just appear to have forgotten. You will need some. He speaks in another language.
Is it a demonic language?
It's guttural.
Oh,
And after a moment
orcish.
or two, he says, "I see that you will need some form of communication to rule or challenge the Archchieftain.
Mhm.
Um, Come with me."
I follow.
And he goes back into the armory thing, and you walk past the awesome looking
Yeah.
Rostin's steed and armor and shit.
Mm.
And he gets you a necklace. That has it's just like the necklace, and then there's a wee charm on it, and he puts it over you. Well, yeah, he goes to put it over you.
Yeah, I take it, and I bow my head and let him place it upon me.
And then he starts speaking the language, and you can understand it, and you can tell that it's at least a form of Orcish. You've heard. Well, I don't know how much speaking you've had done with orcs before. It's
No,
definitely not
Martin's not.
common. Yeah, that's all you can
Martin's
tell.
becoming quite the linguist.
Yeah.
Becoming quite the linguist. Can speak all things. Okay. I bow and thank him and whisper a prayer to Asmodeus, thank him for this useful tool. So, is there anything else I should know? What do these orcs? Who do they currently worship? Just the orc gods.
Yeah, some British two-headed orc idol demigod. That's of no
Orc and
consequence.
Okay, I see. And is there anything else I should know about them?
You'll have to find. I'm not sure that even you can defeat this chieftain on one. You'll have to find, but you must make this work somehow. But I leave that up to you. I cannot help you in that department.
I see. Well, I spend my plan is basically that evening, in like the witching hour, as it were, to go down to the docks with Varin and take a boat.
Will you?
Um,
Are you telling him this, or are you telling me this?
no, I'm just thinking out loud,
Okay.
thinking out loud. So I'm just telling you.
So
I
assume
guess
assume you're in the temple. You see like people occasionally come in dark robes and
yeah.
donate money and pews. It's not just you in the police. This temple is apparently
Okay.
frequented to other people.
Wow, that's impressive.
And people often come up and bow in the police will talk, but he's if you're sitting in the pews thinking he's left you to do your own thing.
I see. Well, I make sure that people can see me. But I'm put on my full gear. I'm also wearing my helmet, so they just see like this dark armored figure sat there, more maybe placed in like a position of based on praying and thinking.
Yeah.
And so I think that yes, I cannot defeat this orc chieftain probably by myself in single combat. However, I'm a paladin, and also more importantly, I'm a paladin of a lawful evil god. I must abide by some. There is a code of honor in Asmodeus' work, in some way, and so I can cheat and I can slew the odds, but I must face him sooner or later in one-on-one combat to prove to the orcs myself. So poisonings worked before, I know for myself. Whether or not I can make sure the yoga chieftain is injured before the combat by, say, Varin, but making sure that it appears that I have nothing to do with it, that could be useful. So I just make a few plans, and I ask Napoleon before I head off that evening, just for some maybe some poisons.
He says, "Yes, I am not a poison master myself, but I know someone who is," and he gives you like the address and he says, "Come here and knock on this bell like 3 times and do that, spin around in a circle, not really, but he gives you a code to go there."
Well, I do that.
Not this hour.
Okay, well, no time for that. Then I will be off shortly, and I get Varin from his chamber saying, "Varin, Ranger, we are off."
He grabs he throws his stuff into those things that hobos carry.
Yeah.
And his falcon rests on that over his shoulder, and he follows you.
Okay, and we go to the main chamber.
And he says, "I hope this journey's short."
Same here, Varin, same here. And Napoleon's like I mentioned, the main chamber, and I say, "Wait, Varin, come with me." And I lead him, even with arm and shoulder, to kneel before the altar, and I ask for a blessing to be placed on both of us, but by Napoleon.
By Napoleon?
Well, Napoleon is the priest of Asmodeus, and therefore he gives blessings. Yeah. I imagine for Asmodeus.
Yeah, sure, but he's a busy man. But
okay, well then.
You come back and you go up, and he says, "Assumed you'd leave tomorrow, but yes, of course." And he blesses you, and he says, "May Asmodeus guide your journey well. May he deliver you from light," or something.
May we bring glory and slaughter to his name, and if we fail, may we die and burn in eternal pits of flaming hell. Okay, that done. Me and Varen have received our blessing. I'm pleased with this. I feel rejuvenated and awesome.
Yeah. I feel like you get +1 bonus for an hour or two.
Some maybe. And we make for the docks.
So even at this time of night, the docks are not completely quiet. And you notice in this place there's a lot of different races. And it's a really wide river, and there's maybe not sailing ships, but there are large ships. And there's also, and we're talking like kobolds, goblins, orcs, and there's a loud bustling place. Even
so in this world, those aren't traditionally evil races. They're just sort of like neutral.
No, they aren't completely neutral, but you expect that it's not so much orcs are inbred, in their very nature to kill and eat and maim. It's not inherent, it's nurture, So you think these are the smarter orcs, the orcs that didn't like, or what, the orcs that are raised, because orcs do trade with the humans, etc. So this is a small selection of orcs that may not represent the general population. And there's goblins, and there's gnolls, and there's elves, and there's dwarfs, and there's there's all sorts of races. And you hear shouting, and you hear there's lots of shouting like pass the barrows over here, blah blah blah, etc. Etc. And
okay, it's a busy area,
and there's a lot in this language that you can now understand. So you're not sure that it's just Orcish because other people are speaking it.
It could be uncommon, for example.
Or wildling.
Wildling, ooh, that's a good name for it. All right, cool. Well, I keep my cloak up and wrapped up around my armor, so I'm probably not wearing my helmet at this point. But I've got my cloak hood up so people can't see me. And me and Varen are traveling along.
Varen is not traveling subtly, like he's just like marching along beside you, and you're like wrapped in your cloak, and he's just back straight.
That's fine. He looks like my guard. I say, Varen, we get close to the docks. I say, Varen, find us a small boat we can take. Do not just find one, then come back to me once you find one suitable.
He says, for purchase?
No.
He comes
we
back.
are commandeering it in the name of the glorious Asmodeus.
And he asks you how far we're travelling in the boat.
We're travelling north up the river for as far as Napoleon's told me to travel.
Yeah, it's a good journey, a good way journey into the land. Let's see, like even by boat, it's like a week, which is why Napoleon's wanted you to take a boat.
Okay, it'll be a week by boat.
Give me a second. Well, he comes back and he says, "Yeah, I saw a boat on a pier. That's a really big dock. There had no one around it."
Okay, well, I say lead on, and if we encounter anyone, let me do the talking and smiling. Just stand there and look menacing, please.
I mean, no one directly speaks to you, and but there's orcs moving around you, people passing stuff. It's a very busy area. And there are lights on everywhere, etc. But you come to a pier that has a couple of rowboats tied up to it.
Okay, would a rowboat serve us for a week?
Yeah, if you brought enough food and you rowed. But yeah, a rowboat and 2 people.
I was looking for maybe something with a little sail on it.
Well, the detail on that.
I say, Varen, this is not what we need. We need something with a sail. I'm not going to strain myself rowing all this time. I do not need to prove strength. Well, I need to prove my strength to Asmodeus. I need to reach these objectives so we can carry on with our mission.
He just like shrugs and he goes off looking again.
Like a keelboat, for example. There's probably a little sail on it.
He comes back and he leads you to what you see as an outrigger. Which is half a foot long, 30 feet wide, 16 feet at the largest. Wait, hold on, this might be smaller than a robot.
Oh, outriggers, yeah. So they're like these weird little. They're like the yeah,
Yeah, they have a wee thing on the edge of them.
yeah, and they've got like a sail.
Yep, they do have a sail, yeah.
That seems perfect for what we need. Cool. Yeah. So
Yep.
we see this outrigger. Baron finds this outrigger, and we go over. I go over to where it is. There's someone on it.
There's no one on it. There's nothing in it either. It's empty.
Okay, I
It's
look
tied
around
up
for
to
the
the
guards or.
No, it's really busy. I will roll a perception check.
Oh shit! What's my perception again? 5.
Something really low,
Yeah.
yeah.
Something absurdly low. Roll. Wow!
You see, there's a guard
Luck of Asmodeus.
sitting on like a raised tower with a lantern. He's looking around the area, but he's not. He's not looking directly at you or anything.
Okay. I say, Varin, can your falcon, whose name is, can your falcon Queldenef distract that guard for us whilst we sail this boat, this outrigger?
Let's see if he can. He has things that he's taught. He says, I can attack the guards, but Queldeneth is not trained for guarding, for distraction.
Well, could you attack him? Could you send your falcon to attack him for a short while, then flee once we are certain the way out of the docks?
She can do that. And
Well, let's be about our business then.
he murmurs in the falcon's ears, and she flies off. He says, "We should we should be moving quickly."
Yeah, the moment this happens, I stride towards the outrigger, looking like I own it. So, giving the sense that I belong what I'm doing. This is what I should be doing. I'm not sticking out of place. And I get onto the outrigger.
Okay. Do you know how to sail?
Oh dear, this could be a problem.
I mean, the sail is not in the sailing position or anything. The sail's.
I know about riding. Okay, well, so Baron, do you know how to sail?
Says no. I thought you did.
Let's get the oars out. Let's get to this.
So I got a rowboat.
She's got like some canoe paddles or something we can use to get it.
That's
moving.
of ours. I think.
Okay, well, I say grab an oar. Once we're out of the docks, we will worry about how we will sail this demon.
He shakes his head and he says, my. Okay. He just shakes his head and starts rowing. It takes you guys. Well, roll an intelligence check for me, and roll 1 for.
Okay.
Baron
Intelligence
as well.
11. Baron's intelligence is 15. Wow. Okay. Okay. So this is for Baron. Wow. And this is for me.
Okay, so Vaden gets
and
the row oars round the right way, the right time, and is doing it, and you're like, we're rowing, the wrong way, and you're doing it the wrong, and it's turning in a circle, and he just like, fucking like grabs the oars and like repositions them, and then gives them to you, and he says, "Some of you priests, I worry."
I am no priest, Baron. I'm a paladin.
No difference to me. You all follow the same disgusting god.
Disgusting is in the eye of the beholder. Isn't the
as soon as you say like the eye of beholder, he just fucking like he shuts the fuck up and he's like not, you see his face is like goes like a contorted emotion and then immediately is quelled and he starts ignoring you.
Oh, then I remember why he's like they say, "Oh, Varin, you're such a picky fellow, so touchy. We'll deal with that. Now call your bird back. We're out of the docks. Let us be on this river northwards."
Hold on a second. Oops. Okay. Just have to see this bird attacking.
So we hear this raucous cawing behind us as this bird attacks the gun. The guy goes, "Bloody hell! There's a freaking bird attacking me."
A beak hit is a 25% of striking an eye. Okay.
Yep.
He strikes the eye. 10% chance of losing it. No, he doesn't lose his eye. Yeah, you hear, and the guard like is screaming about, you know, evil birds.
Crazy
And,
birds.
yeah, and he's
Yeah.
swinging his sword and he's clutching his eye, which has been blinded for. Oh, I wrote down public, didn't I? Damn it.
Yep.
You know, and he falls off his, well, he falls off his tower, but you know, into like hay or something. It's not. It's a very comical scene, and then Quel'Daneth flies back.
Sweet.
And you guys are in the dark, rowing your boat in a very busy, bustling channel with lots of ships around, are much bigger than yours.
Well, that's a risk we'll have to take as we head northwards.
Yeah, it's downriver, so you manage without a sail. But
Fantastic.
you're
Well-
not going very fast.
That's fine. Well, at the first sign of dawn,
Yeah, dawn comes pretty quickly.
mhm,
There's a few people on the river who complain about your boat manship and you getting in the fucking way of, you know, and the orcs go, "Quarter, are you fucking new at sailing? Don't get in the damn way of blah blah blah," you know.
I say, "Oh, hello, I'm Martin. Yes, I am new to sailing. We're travelling north, but then suppose you find
No,
us continue
they,
help us
they
out
just
with the
like
sail."
shout over the edges. Their boat goes like speeding by past you, etc. We gotta sail out, and you try and go like, "Oh," and they just fucking zoom on past. Not zoom, you know, but I mean,
Oh.
they go back
So
to their.
we pull into a
friggin-
bank. We pull into the bank of a river.
You try to pull into the bank of the river.
Yeah, we try to pull into the bank of the river.
Okay, you managed to pull into the
Yeah.
bank of the river.
Marvelous. And I say, Varen, we must figure out how this sail works.
I mean, you're not out far out of town yet. You've passed the walls, but that's just it. And you're getting the. You see, it continues to be grassland for a little more, and then the dense jungly forest of the wildlands is up ahead.
That is fine. We need to figure out how this sail works. And so that's what we do.
Okay, roll intelligence checks for you both.
Damn it.
I mean, there literally is a sailing proficiency, so I'm gonna have to go read what that does, so I can see what you should be capable of doing.
So Varen might figure out.
Oops, I was looking at the wrong thing. Give me a moment. Let's see, what did he get? You guys struggle with it. But you get the sail, loose and out, but you're still, you don't understand how the wind catches it, all that stuff.
Well, we'll figure out as we go. So we go back to the oars, and throughout the day, trying to see how the sail sets, so we can get some wind in it, and we travel north.
Okay, there's rows and shit for fucking up sailing and but well, okay, so yeah, okay, I'm just gonna do it the easy way. No, the wind starts blowing against you, and the sail is like working against your oars.
Blast this rice damn log! I shout. And are there any other ships or boats on the river near us?
I mean, it's a very large river. There are other ships, but they're quite a distance away. You're in the bank. You're at the bank.
Okay. Well, I
you should have grounded your ship. But oh well, too late.
I start calling out to people, to ships and boats.
You're too far away. Really, it's a really big river, like the Amazon.
So what the fuck do I do? Jesus Christ!
Put the sail back up and row until the wind's better.
Well, yeah, we obviously need to
Suggest
take the sail down. We just row. Must row them.
Balin says perhaps you should have hired a salesman.
Yeah, perhaps
I'm
a paladin. I'm not a man of great wealth.
No, man of great intellect either.
Oh, very true. Some have said that. But man is very good with them all. Now, come on, Baron. Let's row.
Yeah. So you guys row. And the forest, you keep, I mean, it's a day passes and you're rowing and you're eating your rations and
Yeah.
you marvel at the falcon's ability to hunt fish for Valen. It's like catching fish out the river and delivering them.
I demand my share of that fish.
He hands you a raw fish.
Fantastic. We'll eat this later.
I know, and then the bird is eating on the fish, and you've got raw fish as well. Yeah, and as you get the woods, the jungle, trees are huge, and the forest gives off this feeling of danger and this darkness, and people, you see the lights in other boats like twink up as soon as they go in the forest, even though they're not under the tree shades. But the trees do cover this huge river. There's actually really very little kind of cleared area, and it's bang in the middle. Trees are huge, really huge, tower above you. You're riding along in the edge of the river, so you're under the shadows.
See, that's fine.
You see red eyes on the bank and stuff when you look over, and horrible noises from the forest.
Okay, well, we carry on for the day. Do we pass as soon as there's someone comes near us, I try and hail them?
Okay.
Throughout the day.
Okay. At one point, what do you say as you're passing them?
I say, "Hello there, friends. Can you help us? We're in a bit of a pickle." I'm being charming and smiling as I am, because I'm Marteon. I can do that.
Okay. A Gnar comes past.
A Gnar?
Yeah.
What's a Gnar?
Knarr.
Is it some sort of beast?
No, it's a type of boat.
Knarr.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a Viking boat. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Well, yeah, sure. So a Gnar passes, and the captain, and you hear the drums for the oars to match the speed, and the captain's sitting or you presume to be the captain, and he holds up his hand, and the drum beats stop, and the oar stops, and he's looking down at your small keel boat off the edge with the sail fucked up and badly, tied. He doesn't have his sail out at the moment.
Okay, I say to the captain, Captain, blessings upon you that you've come to our aid. I am Marteon, Paladin of the West, and this is my companion Varin, Ranger of Troubled Spirits. I am a servant of the good powers and gods in this world, and I've been commanded to take this dark soul, and I place a hand upon Varin, to travel to a hidden shrine deep within the wildlands, to have his soul cleansed, and to be blessed by all that is good in the world. However, the fellow was helping us steer and mast this fine little creature, this fine little boat, and I pat it, fell overboard a few miles back and was consumed by the rivers before we could aid him. And since then we've been struggling, and whilst we've been praying and mourning for his loss, is it possible for you to help us?
Roll charisma check.
Come on, Varin. Come on, Marteon, you beautiful man. You can do this.
You should DM Tom, man. You're good at coming up with conversations. He says, you superstitious fools. How much money you got? And how far away is this shrine?
I rolled a 36.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, did people would you just randomly, when someone is in desperate need of help?
You're a holy man.
This is a merchant.
This is the wildlands.
You talk to a merchant in the wildlands.
I say I have some gold and silver, a meager surprise of a paladin. We do not crave wealth, we only crave the good and right in the world. We do have some wealth upon us if you may help us.
Yeah. He scoffs and he says, How far are you travelling again?
I've heard rumours that once we reach a week up the river, from there we'll be able to just disembark and wander the rest of the land.
You religious folks are crazy, I tell you. I would never set foot in the wildlands. Not without 100 knights with me. And
the blessings of our gods and powers, I will prevail, and I make a fake sign of some good religion.
Well, you are wearing pitch black armor and no
That's
clothes.
just racist. That is just stereotyping.
Yeah, that's stereotyping. Unfortunately, but he throws over ropes, and he says, "Your companion doesn't look like a nice man."
He's been through many a trial and tribulation. He's a man of very few, if no words, because of his recent dilemmas. And I apologise already. He's a difficult fellow, but he's in need. He's in need of a good and powerful God to help and benefit him, and therefore I have been set upon this quest to aid him.
A blessing looks like it could do him good. You're a noble friend to do that.
I'm merely a servant of all that is good in this world, my good fellow. What is your name, Captain?
I'm,
Captain Asmodeus.
I'm Captain Toniers.
Toniers. Well, thank you, Captain Toniers, for taking us. So, are we on his boat now?
Yeah, he threw over a rope ladder. And
I
then
say.
he threw threw like a lasso and it landed around the mast of your boat. And then crew members tied your boat to his boat, so like it trails behind. And it's like, you know
Captain
what?
Toniers, how far are you?
He says, you know what? You don't need to pay. Your boat will be enough.
How far are you heading up the river, Captain Toniers?
We're traveling through the wildlands, going to
Oh.
some fucking place that Ross hasn't invented yet.
North of the wildlands. Very well. Well, thank you. We will travel with you for a while, then we will disembark. But yes, keep the boat. I have no need for such transportation. Apart from this sorry predicament we find ourselves in now, blessings and sorrow for our crewmen who fell into the river.
This river's dangerous. Biggest one in the world, I heard.
Well, thank you, Captain. Thank you, Captain. Then we will make ourselves as small as possible to not get in the way of your crew. But if you require any blessings or aid, ask me, and I will see what my God may provide.
So there's about. Hold on a second. I have to be able to read. This fucking thing is so complicated to read. This ships and just seeing how many crew members are on this ship. Crew represents the number of sailors or rowers. Okay, so there's about 10 people, including the captain, on this ship. And well, that seems like a small number, but yeah. Oh no, okay, there's about 15 people, 12 rowers, and then the captain, a helmsman, and a drummer. And there's large amounts of whatever they're taking with them, and there's food for the journey.
What is their cargo? I was about to ask what their cargo is.
Their cargo is barrels
of spiced wine.
That is weird, because I was gonna say wine, and then you just okay, barrels of wine, spiced wine.
All right, cool.
Taken from the farmlands of McDowall.
I see. All right. So I whisper to Varin shortly after getting about that he must remain quiet and appear to be a man of great sorrow and great hardship, which of course is not very difficult for him right now. Yeah. He's being a moody pain in the arse.
He is. He's like crossed his arms, leaning up against the boat, looking out across the water with his falcon resting on his shoulder.
Okay, well I try and give the illusion of being a very kind and beneficial and good paladin to the crew over our journey, and trying to get to know them well and intermingle amongst them.
You hear the classic, can't wait, these wildlands freak me out, look at them, etc. And then at night, they all light way too much light than was needed. Each of them seems to have their own lantern, etc. Not really as much.
Okay. Let's see. Well,
no, nothing. Unless you ask them anything specific. Yeah, you still here?
No, I mean, the only sort of thing I want to do is I want to at some point get down to the cargo hold and inscribe the symbol of Asmodeus onto some of the barrels. For the simple reason, if you try and trade them, they'll be accused of being dark, evil heretics or whatnot, and so that will cause disruption and evil in the world. Wahaha.
I don't think this is a hold. I think the barrels are just. Let me just check. There's a wee. No, okay, yeah, there's a hold. Yeah, okay, so, I mean, people notice you going down into the hold and they're not, as in the middle, the descent into the hold is in the middle of the ship.
Yeah, the reason I would give is because I wish to have some peace and solitude to pray and contemplate out of the way of the crew, so I do not get in their way whilst they're about their work. Heaven forbid I disrupt them in their duties.
The captain's just like, don't touch anything down there, but otherwise...
I will not.
I trust a noble... an order of whatever god. Did you have a god? So ask you what god you follow. Well,
I didn't know if you had any specifically good gods, or if I can just make up one.
I have some.
I will say that I'm a paladin of Saint James, and then Saint James was a mortal who rose to godhood, maybe.
Okay, I have the moment I have there's 5, like, because I didn't want there to be good and evil gods, which is awkward because I already gave you. So I kind of redid some of the gods. But the people would normally associate with good are Semeter and Sarah. Sarah.
Oh, I guess I'm Semeta, and I'm a paladin of Semeta.
Smetar is a god of growth. No, I think it should be Sarah, because Sarah's peace, virginity, silence, calm, meditation, and also
Yeah,
darkness.
sure.
Funnily enough.
That sounds good. That's perfect. Boom.
Yeah. So yeah, you go. They you know, Sarah's definitely. So yeah, you go in and do you score shit onto.
Yeah.
Okay. What day do you do this?
I do this on the 6th day.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then.
Why? What happens?
Well, it's good that they don't check it like every day. They don't go in and check their hold. So.
But no, I can imagine like I go down there for a few days. So on like the 2nd day, I go down and pray.
Yeah.
On the 4th day, I go down and pray. On the 6th day, I go down and pray Asmodeus and carve in the barrels.
Yeah.
Only some of them though.
Yeah, you're no one catches you this time.
Yeah.
And they pull up and they say, "Good luck to you. I suspect you'll need it." And I mean, you. The distance between, he doesn't go up to the shoreline. He pulls up and there's a small rowboat and it's lifted off and a crew member gets in it and he rows you guys to the shore. And he's like stayed as far back and he's got a lantern lit even though it's daytime, etc. He's muttering about crazy fools and.
I rest a hand on his shoulder and say, "Do not worry, my son. Saran will protect us as we head into these wild lands. It is a needed mission."
And he's like, "Okay, you're crazy."
And we get off.
Yeah, you get off and nothing happens.
And I wave goodbye to Captain Tarin and say, "Thank you, my noble captain. Blessings upon you on this day."
Good luck on the return journey, he says. He sails off with your boat and shit. Yeah, there's no good.
Come, Varan, let us be off. That's fine.
Okay.
So the second we're out of sight.
Second, you're out of sight. Well, actually, we should probably take a break.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've entered the huge towering trees. You're in shadowy darkness. You know, the forest is thick and brimming with foliage and greenery and all
But
sorts
what
of
if I do where I need to go?
kick off. Well, do you, Thomas? Do you know how to track through forests? Good thing you got a ranger. He does.
Exactly.
And we'll see you guys in part 2. Toodles.
Bye.